JB, when you look at the self-inflicted wounds in this one, 29 points off of 17 turnovers, I guess just how frustrated, to see that kind of performance out of your guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to overcome that, right? And a lot of them, were preventable. I thought, and then too many of them came in bunches. So we were playing in small spaces, which is what this team wants, because they are physical, they are active, they do have great size, and they want to turn you over in those positions. So, between the turnovers and the amount of offensive rebounds we gave up, it's difficult to overcome. And that's where, we keep talking about winning the possession battle. Take care of the basketball, win the board, you give yourself a chance. And when we don't, we struggle.
And just how aggressive Orlando likes to defend, how difficult did that make things just to get shot creation going?
Well, I thought early and through times that we did a really good job of creating for one another. In that second quarter in particular, I thought we did a great job of moving the ball, creating open looks for one another. First quarter as well, shots didn't go, but we still moved and created the best ones. And that's the way you have to play against them, is you have to use their aggression against them. And they keep running, keep rotating, you keep moving the ball. Eventually, you'll get what you want.
Coach, along those same lines, in the third quarter, it's harder with Jimmy because you get a three-point shot, and you guys are able to cut the lead down 2-1, and then after that, Orlando just went on one. Can you just talk about what kind of transpired in the
I think they are a really good defensive team, to state the obvious. They have the ability, and the comfort with one another to kind of turn it up a notch. And I thought we had a tough period there, trying to find our rhythm, how to play through the physicality, and those types of things. And then again, the turnovers and the offensive boards always, kind of bite you.
Just from a rhythm standpoint, does it just take time to maybe adapt to a situation where a guy like Cade is not playing? Obviously, he's done a lot for this team just as far as shot generation.
Yeah, I mean, it changes a lot, obviously, because how much the ball is in his hands, how much he initiates the offense for us, and how that changes everybody else's role around him when he's not out there, what they have to do. So, hopefully it won't be a long-term thing, obviously, but in the meanwhile, we've got to figure it out. And, what it comes down to is us each as individuals doing a little bit more together and not trying to do too much on our own.
Coach, at this point, Marcus is playing pretty well. He had a season high tonight. He's picking up 94 feet at certain points. What's your assessment of how he's been playing?
I thought he's done a really good job. I think he's been a really nice spark off the bench to kind of change the tempo on both sides of the ball. He's been certain with his playmaking and his decision-making the majority of the time. And he's a scoring threat, that defenses have to account for. So I think he's done a really good job in his minutes.
Coach, can you talk about the growth you've seen in Franz Wagner's game, particularly since you last saw him in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, I mean, there's a confidence there that you can see. There's a swag to him. The talent has obviously always been there. But then when you mix that talent with belief, that's kind of, makes it tough as an opponent to deal with. But, shows the time he puts into his game. He cares about winning. He plays the game the right way. He plays it selflessly. So I think, again, it's just growth, confidence, but, he's a heck of a player. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, sir.